Welcome back. In our last video we rescued most, but not quite all, of the Gondian hostages, and in this one we're going to go take care of the Steel Foundry and then we'll catch up with some old friends. So we're going to take Halson and send him to camp. We do that again just so that not all the characters are in one place in case there's a combat or something. And we'll take the rest of our team and head to the Grey Harbor docks. This is going to be a solo adventure for Alfira. So we went through this area with Asterion earlier and did a little prep work to make sure that we could get to the end. Before we run in, let's double check. We want to make sure that we've got our Headband of Intellect on and our Guidance Amulet. We're going to click on our second level spells and we're going to cast Invisibility. We left the door open to make it easy. So we're going to run right in. We'll probably get some auto-saves as we're going through this. We're going to ignore everything that's going on and head straight to the back room. And for whatever reason, this walkway keeps appearing and disappearing while it's trying to figure out what level our character is on. We'll click down here by the stairs. And we're keeping an eye on the rounds that were invisible. 4 isn't going to be enough. So we'll get close to the door and we'll cast Invisibility again. We could also just use potions. Here, as soon as we go down there, there's going to be a fight that starts. We'll see initiative roll right away. And our gig is to run straight to the door. This door we unlocked with Asterion when we were here. So the Steel Watch is going to try to battle the Gondian prisoners.
Let's see what this does.
And we want to get out of this room before they die. Alright. So now we're in the main control area. We've still got 5 rounds of invisibility, which is going to be plenty. I'm going to open the door and head straight back to the end of the room. And we're going to click on this neural switchboard. That'll start a screen. And option 1, recall the code that Tubin shared with us. We actually haven't talked to him at all, but we did read his diary and then we read the name of Gon from one of the books that was in the second level, and that's what we're going to put it in.
Successfully inputting this will destroy the Foundry, wiping it from the face of the Forgotten Realms.
That sounds good to us, so we're going to input the code that we know. We've got our Headband of Intellect, we have Jack of all trades. We're dumb, so we're going to lose 1. We're adding 5. If we roll a 2, this will succeed. We could even add guidance so that if we roll not a 1, it automatically succeeds. We've got 4 points of inspiration, or we could give ourselves advantage. I'll take the risk on this one, and we succeed.
Warning. System failure. Warning.
We're going to get a cutscene, and our journal is going to start updating a bunch.
That was a hell of a show, my friend. Watchers collapse in the street as we speak. And the Foundry. Well, it won't stain this beautiful city with its abominations. Not anymore. But it's not over. So long as a single parasitic Gondian remains, Baldur's Gate is under threat.
Enough, Wulbren. Gortash enslaved us, forced us to build his steel watches, but no more. Take the city, let the Iron Hands reign supreme. I just wish to go home and hold my daughter.
And we'll say that Tubin is right, it's over. We could also ask them a little bit more, but we're going to say it's over.
Please. If a Gondian told me the sky was blue, I'd look outside and check. You Gondians will lie, scheme, and torment this city until your dying breaths. Let's end this!
Wulbren, enough! I won't watch as you poison your soul, and the brilliant future that remains to the Ironhand Gnomes. I thought the Ironhand Gnomes had corrupted you, Wulbren. Now, I wonder if it wasn't the other way around. Kill the Gondians, and you kill all we love. Collaboration, challenge, solving problems with the power of reason, creativity and invention. I still want to believe you're better than that, Wulbren. But even I am having my doubts.
We'll take the Bard Persuasion option and try to convince Barkus to take over. And our total bonus is more than the difficulty class of the roll, and we've got 4 points of inspiration, so we'll chance it.
I say you're right. They deserve a leader who'll encourage them to create, not destroy. They deserve someone like me. I can't save you from yourself, Wulbren. It hurts terribly, but I can't. Toss your values in the bin if you want, but don't throw out the Iron Hands with them.
This is ridiculous. Iron Hands. Kill this man. How dare you? Cowards!
The Gondians recognize Barkus Root as leader of the Ironhand Gnomes, and look forward to ushering in a new peace between our factions.
It is with a heavy heart that I remove Wulbren Bongal from our ranks. You have until first light to leave the city. Wulbren.
I expect treachery from all sides, but you, little Barkus, the boy who followed me from the Underdark, who clung to me like moss to stone. When we next meet, my hammer will cleave your skull in two, and that is a promise.
He didn't handle that very well. And we'll wait till our quest log is done updating here, so we've got a couple of inspiration points to pull in, and it'll tell us that we've updated the Steel Watch quest and then the Free the Gondians quest. All right, we'll also talk to Xander Tubin here.
An alliance with the Iron Hands. I didn't think it possible. The Gondians are in your debt, my friend. Simply call, and we will be by your side. I swear it.
Sounds like he's our ally to me. We'll link our group back together again, and we're going to head to camp. And we'll talk to Raven Guard here. So everybody gave up on him, but we saved him anyway.
First you cleave my heart in twain, now you shatter it to pieces. My own son. Still the she-devil's toy. Is this my fate? To be freed from Gortash's hell, only to be trapped in yours.
It isn't what you think. It never was.
You turned your back on me, on your city, to chase the she-devil and her power. She stinks up the place even now. It is exactly what I think.
She is in camp. We're going to cheat a little bit. We'll call on the parasite and allow them to share their actual memories.
Ravenguard's tadpole clenches as your memories and wills flow into him.
My tears wounds. I'm in your mind.
The Grand Duke sees Mizora and her infernal sisters. He sees the agony in Wyll's face as an impossible choice is set before him.
No. My son.
The past becomes present, and Wyll's thoughts are laid bare. Ravenguard sees Wyll partnering with Mizora to defeat Tiamat's cultists before they could lay siege to Baldur's Gate, and he sees everything beyond. The Nautiloid journey, the perilous path to Moonrise, the astral prison, and the Emperor within.
Well,
Everything I did for Baldur's Gate. I did for you.
So we'll say it's time they made up, because we've got a city to save.
all too right. My son. You sold your soul to save Baldur's Gate, and I cast you out for it. By the gods. Can you ever forgive me?
There's nothing to forgive. You wanted to protect the city. I only ever wanted the same.
You are a better man than most, and a better son than I deserve. I'll yet make amends, but my duty is first and foremost to the city and its people. There's something I must ask of you.
Go on.
Before I was captured, I was on a mission. Returning from Elturel, I discovered the plans of the Absolutists. I immediately realized the city couldn't defend itself against such an army. I didn't despair, because the city has a secret guardian, a worm that sleeps beneath. He can be called upon in times of great need. This is such a time. You've been trained in the ways of the great champions and proven to be one of them. The worm will answer your call. You must seek him out.
And we already know about it, but the game doesn't assume that we do. So we'll ask about what lessons he means.
Courage, insight, strategy, justice. I remember them well. You made me recite them every morning.
So you do. And I thought you'd abandoned them. More fool me. The worm goes by many names. Answer, the waiting storm, the heart of the gate. He promised Baldur he'd protect the city if ever its existence was threatened. But just the once. Since then, the city has faced countless threats, but we always overcame. There was never a need to call on the worm. Until now. The Absolute is the greatest threat Baldur's Gate ever faced. The worm must be awakened, and the task falls to you. Take this. The legend of Ansur. An ancient epic. Ill-remembered. Dismissed as a mere tale. Let it set the path before you.
Yeah, we'll tell him that his faith in Wyll is well-founded. Again.
Thank you. And may the city know the truth of my only son. Pride of Ravengard. Pride of Baldur's Gate.
And Wyll now has something he'd like to share with us.
Already feeling better.
We'll finish what my father couldn't. We'll awaken Ansur, the heart of the gate. O Baldurin, founder due veneration. His guardian dragon Ansur, tremendous in worth. A savior below, our eternal elation.
We've already heard this. We'll ask him what he makes of it this time, since we've already taken the Bard option.
It's not just a tale, it's a history. Consider this. To Wormway 'neath prison's deepest level. That must mean Worm's rock prison. That's where we'll find the entrance to this Wormway. Then this. With the shock of a true hero's spark flickers, the torches alight, and Worm's eyes shall awake a glitter. To open the way, we'll need to spark torches. This dragon Ansur was Baldurin's ally. We'd be fools to let him sleep while the Dead Three's chosen raised the city.
We'll ask him how it feels to be reunited with his father.
It's complicated. There's the joy of reconciliation, the relief of forgiveness, and the anxiety of new expectation. It's a flurry of emotion. I'm not sure how to make sense of it.
We'll tell him to focus on the joy.
Joy. To my father, I was only ever a boy. Incredible that he can see the man I became. Once all this is ended, once we've crushed the brain and freed the people, I could once more call Baldur's Gate home. Whether I return there, well, only time will tell.
And we'll leave. So, because we didn't have Wyll change, since Mizora didn't punish him, he didn't grow horns or been through the Avernus, he does not have the option of being the Blade of Avernus. He can either continue to be the Blade of Frontiers, or he can be a politician in Baldur. So, in this particular playthrough, we won't be able to have him and Karlach run off to the Hells to do battle. We're probably going to have him take over as the Duke. And that's where we're going to end this video. So we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.